Now, just a minute. Got milk?
Got milk?
It's crazy.
That's scientific evidence. If you go to the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine website, pcrm.org, you'll find that they provide links to a lot of these studies. But we're told we should drink milk, especially for calcium. What do you think?
I think it's because, I don't know. Something to do with money, I feel like.
Oh, is it?
Money?
Yeah, yeah. Farmers, like a huge majority of the population.
Population control.
It's yeah, it's
Population
like
control.
The big
I
cycle.
think-
We
I
buy
think
into the
it's-
pharmaceutical companies.
yeah. See,
Let's
let's
go.
go.
Trying to kill
They
himself.
just get out, it pays off the big cats, and then we slow down.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I don't know your name.
Oh, Brian.
Brian. You
Is
had-
it? I feel like milk, just as a product, like it's easy. Everybody drinks milk. I feel that's how the first thing that you drink, really, and then you grow up to it. Like me, I'm 22 and I still drink strawberry milk. Like the next week.
Okay.
Is that a theory?
He's 22, he drinks strawberry. What are we doing?
I don't know. It's an American tradition.
My name's Christian. I'm 39. And I drink strawberry milk.
You're so brave.
That's gonna be in my bio.
I mean, I usually would be like, I don't really work.
Admitting his first step.
No. And yet, were you aware, and as I say, there's plenty of evidence out there, all you've got to do is search on the web. If you drink milk, you increase the risk of these cancers, heart disease, Parkinson's and Alzheimer's, and early death. Why would it increase the risk of something like Parkinson's and Alzheimer's?
I feel. Does it have to do with the digestion of the milk? Is it?
Let's talk about the digestion of milk. What does milk contain? Well, okay, let's say you're buying milk that doesn't contain RBGH, and yeah, what are cows stuck with? There's two main things. One is hormones. What's the other thing cows are? Oh my God, that's shoved into cows.
Corn?
Well, yeah. That's
Steroids.
Steroids to help them grow.
No.
Yeah. There's something else as well.
Strawberry.
Strawberries.
And
Oh,
That's
yeah,
why you
that's
get
how you get
strawberry
strawberry
milk.
milk.
Yeah.
Oh my God, my mind's blown.
Yeah. No.
What is it?
Antibiotics.
Oh,
Why?
medicine.
95% of farming in the US is factory farm. 95%.
Holy
crazy.
shit!
Now,
Damn.
did you know that? Have you ever been to any of the factory farms?
I don't want to.
Oh, I've seen that.
I don't
I've
wanna
seen those
know.
Yeah.
documentaries.
What is
Yeah.
that called?
Cowspiracy.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Oh, what the hell? Yeah, that's an interesting.
Oh.
Now,
Watching that.
I've actually been out to places like Chino, and Christian really loves it. Factory farms, they're interesting places, especially if you take a camera. Yeah, that's something that the farmers really want you to do. Take a camera. You learn some neat tricks, like what do you do when a pack of farm dogs, maybe about 20 of them, runs at you,
Fight him.
barking. Oh, yes.
Fight him to the death.
Yeah. Look at those moves! Wow.
You got
Okay,
up there.
what do? You got 20 dogs running at you, full pelt, barking, growling, and everything else. What do?
Run away.
No, you lay down.
What was
and
that?
Can you,
Yes.
point one, can you outrun them?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Die.
By the high spot.
2,
Climb up.
climb a tree.
Yeah.
Lower your heart rate.
Okay.
Play dead.
They are going to sit under the tree, aren't they? And then people will come along, won't they? I'm ignoring all your
That's the reason I said that.
Okay, why did you say that?
Play dead.
It's true.
So for whatever you put out,
Me too.
will come back, right? So like, let's say your heart rate's way too high, then their energy's going crazier. So what if you just mellow out and zen? And then
I guarantee you will get big. I guarantee.
They're chihuahuas, yeah.
So what do you do?
For a bear, maybe.
Well, like Christian said earlier, I've actually worked on farms, so I know what farm dogs respond to. Farm dogs are not treated like cats. The way that farm dogs are treated, you know, the farmers yell at them. Go on, get out of it, whoa! And that's just one example. Right? So, if you give better than they are giving to you, it's quite interesting. They kind of, and then they turn around and they run away. Because they're used to being screamed at by a farmer who doesn't want them to do whatever it is they're doing. I learned that hard. I taught that to some friends. I remember one friend and I, we were walking in a field. Well, what passes it? Walking in this field, and these dogs, a pack of about 15, charged towards us, and my friend was, oh, shoot. I think that was the word you said. And he wanted to run, or what, and I said, no. Just keep walking, wait till they get closer, and then follow my lead. And he was getting, and that's exactly what we did. We screamed at them, and they ran away. It's great. So farmers don't want you snooping around the fields, because there aren't really any farmers anymore. It's big agriculture. And these cattle are raised in fairly appalling conditions. They don't have room to move. They're not out on an open pasture. They're caged in pens. They don't have room even to turn around. They piss, defecate, everything else, right there. So what are you going to do to keep them healthy? Pump them full of antibiotics. We eat those antibiotics, and we become resistant to the antibiotics. They don't do us any good, because we're constantly eating them. We're constantly subjected to them. That's, yeah. They're given growth hormones to make them grow even bigger and faster. And you'll notice something if you go out and look at these places, that this is the one that Christian really likes. Chickens are often kept right next to cows. So you get a chicken farm right next to a cow farm. Do you know why? What's the connection between chickens and cows? Come on.
Same food? Same food?
Oh, grains, yeah, I guess, yeah, same food, grains, you could give grains to chickens, grains to cows, yeah, that's something I've not thought of.
They're treated the same way.
Antibiotics, they're treated the same way. Yeah, so you get a pen, a chicken coop, that's about that square, roughly. You shove 3 chickens in it. Oh, to do that, you rip off their claws, rip off their beaks, so that they don't peck each other to death. And you keep them in that, and they don't have any space to move, they crap, they defecate. That's the same thing. They piss, everything else, they're in that space. Okay, so you pump them full of antibiotics like you do the cows, but chicken shit is difficult stuff. It is difficult stuff. It's difficult to process. But we know that cows are really processors of chicken shit. So what you do is you take the chicken shit, you put it in the cow food, and you feed it to the cows, and what comes out the other end is much easier to deal with than what went in. You can bury it or plough it into the land or something. So we know that cows are actually really, amongst other things, chicken shit processors, don't we? I mean, you knew that, didn't you? You knew that. Yeah.
I'm going vegetarian. For real.
I'm working with it.
Cows
This is not okay.
are used. I mean, have you ever watched any of the movies that show the graphic detail?
Mm-mm,
A
yeah.
cow is sick, so they get a forklift truck and push it. They kick the chickens around. They feed that sick cow. They grind it up
Oh my
and
god.
feed it to the cows. Because cows are cannibalistic by nature. You knew that, didn't you? That if there's roadkill out on the roads, they pick that up, stick it in the grinder, feed it to the cows. You knew that, didn't you? I mean, I thought you were taught this in school.
Because it all leads back to
Ah,
meat.
bovine spongiform encephalopathy. That's what you meant, isn't it? Mad cow disease. What are cows designed to eat?
Grass.
Oh, grass. Oh, it's not yin. Do you remember that company down here, Australia? Australia only feeds their cows on grass. That's right, just grass. So Australian cows are only raised on grass. They don't feed them grain, they don't feed them anything else. Australia has never had one incident of mad cow disease, BSE. The UK, Europe, Scandinavia, etc. are required to test for BSE strictly according to European legislation. They test for it very stringently. Back about 20 years ago, just over 20 years ago, the UK was banned from selling any beef within Europe because they did not meet the European requirements for BSE testing and BSE incidents within the cattle. So they had to destroy almost all UK cattle because of BSE. How much testing for BSE is done in the US?
0.
No, that's not fair. That's not fair. It's maybe
Negative.
0.1%.
Shut up.
No, it's not 10%. It's not even 1%.
It's crazy.
So it's a bit better than 0. So don't exaggerate.
I'm European, so I have to.
Sorry?
I'm European, so
Oh, right. And what was your name?
Venla,
And where are you from?
Finland.
Finland. Well, you're not really European, are you? You're Scandinavian. Yeah, you're Scandinavian. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No,
out.
we're
Don't
not part
argue,
of
out.
Scandinavia.
Okay. So, just think about that for a minute. People in the US eat beef where almost 0 testing for BSE, bovine spongiform encephalopathy, otherwise known as mad cow disease, is done. And the main reason for cows getting mad cow disease is because you feed them what they're not designed to eat. They're not designed to eat grains. Well, grains aren't too bad, but they're not really designed to eat chicken shit, or cows, or roadkill. Now, if you use a cow as a chicken shit processor, what are you going to get? Problems.
Oh,
Yeah.
no more.
Yeah.
Chow.
It's all right. You can eat McDonald's burgers.
No.
Because they don't contain any
I
beef.
can't deal with this conversation. This is crazy.
Now, BSE is what's known as a prion disease. You get the same kind of thing in sheep. It's called scraping in sheep. It's a prion disease. It affects the brain. And it destroys brain cells. If you read a book called Dying for a Hamburger, and it's by a medical book, Dying for a Hamburger, it talks quite a lot about the link between various prion diseases. For example, it has been established that there is a direct link between cows with BSE and humans with Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease, CJD. It's direct. It's if you eat cows that have BSE, you are very likely to get CJD, Creutzfeldt-Jakob's disease. That's a prion disease. The prion diseases, like CJD, Parkinson's, Alzheimer's, are related. Milk, dairy products come from, in this country, most of the Western world, cows. Actually, if you go worldwide, the majority of the world doesn't drink cow's milk. If they drink milk and eat milk products like cheese, butter, etc., it's usually from goats and sheep. That's the majority. It's much larger than the population that eats cow stuff. But that's the situation.